Well, I run every morning, so I get my cardio in the morning, and then I love practicing yoga.
I am a member of the Silver Sneakers group, which is an opportunity afforded a lot of senior citizens, and I have a free membership to NEY in the United States.
I run. That's the best way to be healthy in a budget, because all you need is tennis shoes, and that's it.
We try to walk every day and pack our lunches.
Well, Planet Fitness seems pretty reasonable. There are others, the personal trainer was $30 an hour, which is why I stopped that.
So you can do yoga anywhere. You can get up in the morning and roll out of bed and do yoga on your floor, so it's an easy way to stay fit at home, on vacation, anywhere.
I exercise at home. I belonged to a gym for a while, but a lot of the stuff I could just do at home, so that's what I do.
I live and practice in Detroit, and I believe our city and the people that live here represent the best of America. I wanted to create a place that folks can go to that not only delivers health information, but also helps us share inspirational stories to help all of us grow, with real problems discussed in depth with real solutions. You are the most important person. You're the patient. This is Ask Dr. Nandi. Hello and welcome to Ask Dr. Nandi. On today's show, we're going to show you how it doesn't take a lot of money or fancy equipment to get your exercise on. We'll have tips on how to get fit for less. Stay right here. You don't want to miss today's episode of Ask Dr. Nandi.
I feel like the girls that I've met there, we all really empower each other. I call them a tribe because I feel like they care. Some of the coaches, if I don't come to class or if I'm not there for a few days, they'll text me and be like, "Where are you at?" Like,
That's awesome.
I'm just really busy at work, you know.
That's a good feeling,
Yeah.
isn't it? That they care. Welcome back to Ask Dr. Nandi. Now, the fitness craze has grown tremendously over the past 2 decades. More people are understanding the importance of getting in shape and staying healthy. Now, some stay motivated by going to the gym, but if you're in a budget, there's an option here in Detroit that can help you to get fit for less. It's an open gym called Detroit Tough. My first guest is a member of Detroit Tough. Please welcome Nicole Owens. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Thank you for joining us. Yeah. So Detroit Tough, tell us all about it. Why is this gym so different than the other gyms?
I think a big aspect of my gym is the community. I think everybody is so helpful and so, you go to a gym sometimes, you don't feel like you're part of a family, you just feel like you go in, do your workout, leave. It's not like that there at all. It's
very impersonal. A lot of gyms are very impersonal, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter your body type, what you want to do, anything that you are into, they welcome everybody. And
then what kinds of things did you do there? Like what kinds of exercises and routines they teach you over there?
Basically, you can do anything you want. They offer a wide variety of classes. I used to power lift, and then I kind of started doing more body weight classes, and there's just tons of things, cardio.
Whatever you really want to do, huh?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Which way you want to go. If you want to lift, if you want to do, kettlebells, if you want to do core classes, we offer everything.
And so at the gym, when you first started, do you remember what you did? What the exercises really were? Were you powerlifting first?
Yeah, I was lifting a lot of weight, heavy weight. But then I decided, well, let's try this because I love doing all things. I like to try everything. So, I'll do yoga. They have yoga there. I'll do heavy lifting. I'll do cardio. I'll try and do strong woman. Whatever. I've
heard that you guys have tires and all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that, because most people here don't know about the gym that you belong to. So you guys actually lift all kinds of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Tell us about
tires. We have you could beat a punching bag with a bat if you want to. You could there's kettlebell classes. There's trying to think what else.
And then also what I heard is at the break you were talking. They talked about it's part of a charity. Like you do charity along with working out. Tell us about that part. I like that part.
Detroit Tough is we do a lot of philanthropy, and we collect a lot of items for veterans and food for the homeless. And
nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that part of everybody who works out does that as well?
Oh yeah, we're all very involved in that.
And so how much do you have to be involved? As little or as much as you want, or is there a certain percentage of you that you have to do?
As little or as much as you want. When I first started going to the gym, I had heard Roger say to someone, "We want you here 15 times a week. We want to see you 15 times a week, or 15 times a month." I'm sorry. And I never felt like I went to a gym that would say, "We want to see you this many times a month." I mean,
because you figured that most gyms,
yeah,
as long as you pay them, they don't care if you never show up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as long as your credit card didn't go through today, sir. That's all the message you get. But these guys that you care about you. And I've noticed one thing that she says is that it's our gym and we. And that's important. One of the things that we've noticed in fitness or in anything you do, two things. You have to have a goal, and number two is that you have to have people that are with you, that are groups. So, you say a lot of like it's our gym or we. And that's very unusual because most gyms, people don't ever hear from and they don't really think that's part of them. Why is it that you feel like you're part of this gym and that you call it a we?
I feel like the girls that I've met there, we all really empower each other. I call them a tribe because I feel like they care. Some of the coaches, if I don't come to class or if I'm not there for a few days, they'll text me and be like, "Where are you at?" I'm like,
that's awesome.
"I'm just really busy at work,"
That's a good feeling, though, isn't it? That they care. And one of the things that really help, and we've seen that in other things, in disease control, there's a study that came out that if you text people about their medication, text them to work out, text them to eat right, it makes a tremendous difference in their health. So that's huge. Now, what difference has this gym made in your life, both mentally and physically?
Mentally and physically. So I lost my brother in a car accident about 4 years ago, and he was my best friend. So I gained a little bit of weight. So I never found a gym that fit. So coming there, meeting the people that I've met, losing 50 pounds, and starting to love myself again really helped me, not only physically but mentally. Like, I'm able to move forward in my career. I'm able to feel good about myself, and every day I wake up happy rather than.
And there's some pictures of you before. Can't recognize her, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me what this is, how long ago would you say?
That wasn't too long ago. I was actually competing against a lot of athletes. So I've always been kind of athletic, but never fit. I mean, in shape, I guess. I have always felt good about myself, but I feel amazing about myself now. I've met a family and a people that have really embraced me and made me feel good. So
that's wonderful. And then tell me how feeling good physically, how that helps your mind. I think people don't see the connection.
I think mentally, when you feel good about yourself and when you feel like you're doing a good thing for yourself, everything just feels better. You just feel like a better person. You just feel like, and you inspire others. Like, I can't tell you how many people have said, "You're just so inspiring." I'm like, I'm just trying to make a better me, and I'm helping you make a better you.
That's awesome. So. And you're absolutely right. When you empower others because of you achieve your own goals, that's the best gift. So I appreciate you sharing your story.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the man behind Detroit Tough Gym, Roger Dyjak. Please stay with us.
Fitness is nice and, it's great, but I think mental fitness is more important. And when people give to other people, that's where they're really going to get fit, as opposed to having six-pack abs, which we don't really care about.
Back, you're watching Ask Dr. Nandi, and today our focus is getting fit for less. I've been talking with Nicole Owens, who frequents the Detroit Tough Gym, and now we're joined by the owner and coach, Roger Dyjak. Roger, welcome and thank you for taking the time. So, she loves your gym, and tell me about the concept, the open gym concept of Detroit Tough.
Right. Well, I wanted to develop a gym. I've been doing this for 25 years. I wanted to develop a gym where everybody could feel comfortable, regardless of their body type, their ethnicity, their workout background. And so a workout predicated upon the community is the most important thing. So our open gym is anybody can come in and work out at any time. And we'll have various goal boards where people will write their goals. And then on that too is very specific goals: weight loss, amount of weight you lifted, run a 5K, whatever. But we have the workouts written all over the gym, and then people can just drop in and do the workout without a trainer. But obviously we would want them to have proper form first. So we generally have people work in classes first, and we kick them out on their own, because then they feel comfortable. Because I wanted the gym to be a place where trainers are viewed as equals as opposed to superior, because I wanted the trainers to be able to be the members, and so the members could help the other members with the squats, deadlifts, whatever it is. And I think that's the way people get fit, is that they have that sense of community, or a tribe, as we were talking about earlier with Nicole. And so what happens with that is then people spot each other and auto-correct each other.
Instead of, some of these gyms you go to, and you guys all know about this, and you guys know about this, you go in a gym, you feel intimidated because some, guy who's been working out for 10 years takes the weight, bam, hits the floor, right? You've heard that before, right? And you sit there and say, why do you do that? Because it intimidates people.
Right.
In fact, you're just doing the opposite, empower people. Right. The one thing I loved about what she said and what I know about your gym is that you incorporate charity with your fitness goals. Tell me about that. First of all, tell me about that and why do you do that?
Well, we incorporate charity because we love the city of Detroit. I was born and raised in the city of Detroit. My family's worked in the city of Detroit since we emigrated from Poland in 1919. So I thought that the charitable aspect of the gym was the most important thing. Financially, I don't care if I make money. It's more about the impact I'm going to make in my community and then the members. And so we ask all of our members to do 2 hours per month of charity work. And then it's very goal directed. So our big charitable
Isn't that awesome, by the way? Yeah, 2 hours. I mean, when is the last time you guys have heard of anybody saying, be part of my gym, you can come in anytime you want to, trainers are equal to members, and you do 2 hours a month. It's awesome. But tell me more. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So the thing is that when people feel that charitable contribution that they're doing themselves, then they feel more empowered in the community, because Detroit's got such a bad rap over the past 30 years for obesity, for crime, for bankruptcy. And I don't look at Detroit like that. I look at it as my hometown, and I look at anybody as an equal. So I think that the homeless veteran needs just as much help as the young entrepreneur that's going to come in. And the members have really caught on to that, and so when they do the charitable work, they'll just go out and do that on their own now. Our big push is obviously veterans, and so the one thing that we're doing is on Veterans Day, we're having a big event with the Michigan Veteran Foundation, the VA Hospital, to raise clothing and awareness of all the veterans. There's over 2,000 veterans in Detroit alone that are homeless. That's just one of the aspects, and I know that Nicole does a lot of things with animals. We have a lot of people that do things with animal rescue, and so all the different tangents that we take are imperative to our city and how we're going to help it. Fitness is nice, and it's great, but I think mental fitness is more important. And when people give to other people, that's where they're really going to get fit, as opposed to having six-pack abs, which we don't really care about. We don't, we're not here for vanity.
And when you get mentally fit, physical fitness follows.
Right.
And we're talking about being physically fit for less. You work out, and your members work out quite inexpensively. Use things that you don't need thousands of dollars for, right?
Right. I thought that the important thing to have in the gym was things that people can do at home, or they can replicate at home for under $500, meaning a barbell and some weights, or kettlebell, some yoga mats, some exercise bicycles. I remember my grandfather riding an old Schwinn Airdyne, and that's what we used at the gym as our cardiovascular equipment, because it's something you can find on Craigslist for $50. Now, when you go to Dick's or Dunham's or any of your major retailers, you look at exercise equipment, you're like, I can't afford that. And then it's already intimidating, because you see people that are using it that are six-pack abs, they're huge, and there's that disconnect. I wanted to eliminate the disconnect by making the equipment something that was familiar, something like your grandpa had, as opposed to something that's newfangled, like you don't even know how to use it.
Right. Or you can hang your clothes on it, right?
Right.
You guys know about that. It's
right.
Most of those treadmills are great for hanging your clothes and drying it, most people say.
Right.
So you buy these things for thousands of dollars. And then what can people do at home? I mean, let's say some of the things that you have in your gym, so people, let's say, that are in other parts of the U.S. and outside abroad, what things can they do at home? Maybe give some examples of what you do in the gym that they can replicate.
Sure. I think the most important thing that people can do at home is walk together, and that always leads to conversation. The average American spends 7 minutes a day outside, which is kind of a deplorable number. I think that's the basis for our foundation, because it eliminates heart disease, obesity, and that's something that we all can do. I mean, obviously, if that's not available, then in the wintertime, then you can jumping jacks, those sorts of things. But I think the thing is, like we had talked about earlier, is that exercise is something that's approachable for all of us. And so the things that people can do, Google's a great resource. And Army PT tests are a great resource for people to do push-ups, sit-ups, and if that's not approachable, then join a community center. There's so many recreation centers throughout America, YMCAs, gyms. Planet Fitness offers $10 fitness a month. I mean, I don't advocate there's no bad gym. There's just, bad motivation. So if people have the availability of walking, push-ups, bodyweight exercises are the greatest. And
Got it.
There's a whole host of those that you can do.
So definitely you can be fit for less, and Nicole is a great example of that. Thank you very much for coming by and explaining to us
Thank you, man.
your concept. And Nicole, thank you for sharing your experience. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Rufus Dorsey shows us how to get fit at home. Please stay with us.
So here we go. We got some laundry detergent bottles. So we're going to start off first with some squats, okay? You can use your body weight, or you can use laundry detergent or whatever you want to use. So I'm using a chair just to make sure that people have great form. So all you do, you just hold the laundry detergent, you sit back, sit down, stand up.
Very nice.
Sit down. So you want to inhale. As you stand up, exhale. Nice chest up, spine.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Dr. Nandi, and today we're talking about getting fit without breaking the bank. My next guest made fitness his life after being diagnosed with diabetes. Now he motivates and inspires others to get fit. Please welcome Rufus Dorsey. Rufus, tell us, thank you for joining us. Tell us about your fitness background, a little bit about your life and what changed it.
Okay, I was 17 years old, senior in high school, had the greatest high school year of my life. Graduated a year before I was go off to college on a football scholarship. I get the worst news of my life. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So I went from superstar athlete to depressed, suicidal, just felt like I was damaged goods. Thought my life was completely over. And so with the help of my mother, my rock, who kind of supported me through thick and thin, I was able to climb out the bottom of the depths of the sea to go off to college and get my education. And fitness has been a big part of my life, and that's why I dedicated my life to health and fitness.
That's wonderful. And then so what is DForce for life? What does that stand for?
DForce is a health and wellness program that I created, and it's based off the trials and tribulations that I went through with my struggles with diabetes. And so I wanted to create something that I can give back and help other people with diabetes and just people with fitness problems, to give them a blueprint and an easier way to kind of manage their diabetes and beat pre-diabetes at the same time. So
that's great, because nowadays, we don't even talk about diabetes, we talk about pre-diabetes. And to get the pre-diabetics, get rid of the chances of getting diabetes. So, and you believe that people can get fit for less. They don't have to go to a $10,000 gym, right?
Yeah, you can actually use your own body weight to work out. Fitness is made simple. So
would you show us today?
Of course, okay.
So tell us what you're going to do.
So here we go. We got some laundry detergent bottles. So we're going to start off first with some squats, okay? You can use your body weight, or you can use laundry detergent or whatever you want to use. So I'm using a chair just to make sure that people have great form. So all you do, you just hold the laundry detergent, you sit back, sit down, stand up.
Very nice.
Sit down. So you want to inhale. As you stand up, exhale. Nice chest up, spine down, inhale. So we're working our legs on this one, okay? Legs, glutes. Okay, down, perfect form. See, so my knee
core as well, right?
Yeah. So see, my knee is not going forward. That's the most important thing when you do squats. A lot of people, they'll do a squat and they'll bend down and their knees will come forward. So now all the pressure is on my knees.
I see.
So you want to make sure they go back 90 degrees right here. So you have a perfect squat, chest up, nice and straight.
And everybody's got detergent. Everybody's got a chair.
Everyone has a chair, so it's made simple.
Perfect. What else do you have?
So now we're going to put the laundry detergent down, and we're going to sit back and we're going to do a sit-up, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit on an angle, okay? Chest up, I'm going to just bring my knees up and crunch, keeping the chest up nice and high.
Nice.
You want to exhale, inhale, exhale. And then if you want to advance it, you can cross it. Okay, get that leg up.
And then if you can't do what he's doing, he's doing a modification so that if you can't do exactly what he's doing, do as much as you can what your body allows you to do. Great stuff.
Okay, now I have a book here. Everyone has a book at home, right?
Yes.
So we just
hopefully, right?
We're gonna hold the book up over our head. Okay, now the goal is to keep your elbows in. You're just gonna drop the book behind your head, keeping the elbows in, come down 90 degrees.
Nice.
And up. Now we're working the back of the arms. We're doing tricep extension, okay? The goal is keep those elbows in. Exhale at the top, squeeze. Inhale, exhale.
And notice he's got great form.
Inhale.
None of this is moving.
Exhale. Inhale.
Excellent.
Exhale.
Excellent.
Okay.
And those who are diehards, maybe a heavier book or a couple books.
You can modify it as you go. If the book is too light, you can get a heavier book. If that book is too heavy, you can go light. Based on your fitness goals, you just adjust accordingly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do a simple leg lift, okay? So always you work through your core, okay? So stomach tight all the time, okay? Now I'm gonna do a simple leg lift. Now see, I'm not really leaning like this, right? So you just wanna go up even if it's this far, right? Just want to squeeze, get that leg up, and then we can throw the arm in it, and we can do like a side crunch. Exhale. I try to tell everyone exhale on the hard part. So on the hard part, it will be coming up. Inhale, exhale.
Nice. It's a good tip.
Inhale.
And again, you have do whatever you can.
Right.
Get the form out. Now, what about these water bottles? What do you do with those?
Now, we have water bottles. So these simulate dumbbells. So you can do any exercise with water bottles. And I just have a strap on it that I created that allows you to take the pressure off your hand, wrist, and your thumb. Okay. So this goes around your knuckles. Thumb goes over the top so it fits in your hand.
Perfect.
Okay, so there's no pressure. So
if you don't, isn't it?
If you don't have these, that's okay. You can grip the water bottle as well. So now what I'm gonna just do, I'm gonna do a basic bicep curl, okay? So we're gonna come up, squeeze, come up 90 degrees, okay? Now see, you wanna keep constant tension on the muscle. So I come up, exhale.
It's nice tip with the excellent. And look how you're basically keeping your elbows very, very close, tight to your body, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
And do as much as you can with them. And where can they get these straps they want to DForce for life?
They can go on the website, it's DForceForLife.com.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Rufus, thank you so much for spending the time and showing us this stuff. Really useful. When we come back, we'll meet a woman who's transformed her life through fitness and healthy living. Stay with us.
You know, I just realized when I went to the doctor and realized, oh my gosh, how did I, at 5'1.5", get to 50 pounds heavier than I am now? You know, I just wasn't healthy.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Dr. Nandi. Now, getting in shape can transform your life. Just ask my next guest. She shed 50 pounds and became a fitness model and writer. She's also a celebrity trainer. Please welcome Jewell. Jen, thank you so much for coming in all the way from LA. She flew in to help us. Of course, tell us about your journey and briefly what happened. You lost 50 pounds and changed your life.
I'd been fit growing up. I'd always been active. I was a competitive gymnast and cheerleader and started working out in high school. My first job actually in high school was teaching aerobics, so not the normal thing to do before first period English class. But I did it and I loved it because I love helping people with their fitness. So in college, I actually got a little bit off track because my best friend, unfortunately, she was killed in a car accident and that kind of threw me off. So I was down in LA without my family and my friends. I was down there for college and I was just thrown for a loop. So I started going out to eat more often and having more desserts, more meals out, and I didn't work out as often. So I kind of lost that part of me, and I was still training clients at this point too, which was so crazy to think that people were still signing up to train with me when I was 50 pounds heavier than I am today. And
You're a very positive person, though. I bet you still were.
I am very positive, and I'm always looking on the bright side of everything.
Absolutely.
And you know, I just realized when I went to the doctor and realized, oh my gosh, how did I, at 5'1.5", get to 50 pounds heavier than I am now? You know, I just wasn't healthy. And so I just started making those slow changes and eating a little bit healthier, becoming more active, and that's when I developed my Fun with Fitness motto.
Yeah, tell us about that. Fun with fitness.
Fun with fitness. So that's my #1 rule. I don't have that many rules when it comes to fitness, but my #1 rule is to have fun. With that being said, it means, you know, if you don't want to go to the gym because you don't like it and you dread it, okay, then don't.
Don't.
Let's find an alternative. That's not an excuse to go sit at home and be lazy or anything like that, but maybe you like Zumba class. Maybe you like hiking, running. I love yoga, and for me, taking a yoga class a couple days a week, grabbing a friend to go for a walk, or even doing a workout at the park to really get outside and break the mold out of the gym. I mean, even now, for everything that I do with work, I don't go to the gym every day. I go to the gym about 3 days a week.
Okay. So one size does not fit all. So whatever works for you. That's a key thing. And do it with somebody. She said something very, very important. Do it with somebody you have something in common with, so they can do it with you. Use social media to really transform a lot of your fitness goals and your following. Tell us about that.
Definitely. With social media, I would still be working in the corporate America world if it weren't for social media. I mean, social media for me has been a platform where I've been able to reach people worldwide. Been able to reach people in Australia, South Africa, here.
Wow.
You know, it's crazy to think that I can write an article and I can share it on social media, and that article now helps someone in Argentina.
That's unbelievable,
like
isn't it?
Yeah, it's so exciting.
The world is so small. What's is it Instagram or what's your favorite social media platform?
Honestly, I love them all. I mean, they all have such, Twitter is great because you can just tweet out, hey, here are my top 10 tips for fat loss, and you can tweet out the link and everything. But I know Instagram, everyone's very visually motivated as well when they say, oh my gosh, like she lost 10 pounds and she's working towards her fitness goal. And when people see others' journeys like that and they can visually see
exactly.
it, they go,
and
you
they
know
want
what?
to jump on the bandwagon.
Exactly. And they go, I can do it too. They see the working mom who has 3 kids, but she still makes time 3 days a week for her fitness. And when people see someone with a busy schedule like that still getting those results and not living in the gym.
I can do it too.
Exactly.
So cool, we're talking about fitness for less, and you bought some low-cost fitness stuff. Can you show us a few exercises?
I did. So right here, here's my example of basically your at-home gym. So we don't all have time to go to the gym. Maybe it's not within the budget. No big deal. So we've got dumbbells here, a resistance band, a jump rope, and sliders. So I'm going to demonstrate a couple of my favorite exercises to do.
Go for it.
And you don't need a wide set of dumbbells either. You don't need a whole rack or anything like that. This is a set of 10. You can use them individually. You can use both at the same time.
And if 10 is too much for you, if you're watching at home, you know you're somebody else, just use 5.
Yeah, 5s, 8s, you know, anything. It doesn't matter. The point is, even if you use your body weight, it's great too.
Just move, right?
So for this, I'm going to go ahead and do a wide squat, holding the weight in the middle, kick out to the side, squat again, and kick out to the side. Because a lot of ladies, we hold extra body fat in our buns and our thighs, myself included. That's the very last place for it to ever leave. Right. So doing something like this where you're holding the weight, you're still requiring your biceps to hold the weight here, keeping your abs in tight so you're getting that little ab workout. Squat for the glutes and the thighs, and side to side right here.
Perfect. For you diabetics, hypertensives, great exercise as well too. Get moving, get those blood sugars down.
And it gets your heart rate elevated a little bit too, just from moving side to side like that. So that's one of my favorite simple moves to do just with one dumbbell. And now for another, to work your back.
Okay.
So it's a major muscle. Obviously, we need a strong back for proper posture and also to help prevent injuries too.
Absolutely.
So this you can do one arm at a time. So I always bend and get my back flat like a tabletop, and then I just row it right up, down right here. So for everyone at home, if it's easier to start one at a time like this and just alternate, that's a great alternative exercise too.
Also, when her back is completely flat, her back did not move the entire time.
Exactly. So by doing that, you keep your abs tight the entire time.
And you engage your abs. You know, I was talking about Rufus too. You engage your abs the whole time, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Abs are in tight, and not like contracting like you're trying to flex and show your muscles, but just keeping it in tight to help protect your core.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so next here, people have probably seen these. There's so many things you can do with the exercise resistance band.
Isn't she awesome, you guys? Yeah.
So with this, it's great. We're going to work both our lower and our upper body in this next one here. So I'm going to step this side by side. And again, you'll find that these resistance bands come in varying resistance. So some of the tubes are going to be thicker and they're going to have more resistance. Others are going to be like this, where it's a little bit lighter.
Got it.
So all you're going to do here, step side, bicep curl, side, bicep curl. So by going side to side here, you're working your legs and you're getting the biceps in too. And again, my heart rate's elevated.
And you're working your core too. You engage your abs.
Exactly.
It's perfect. And if you're one of those diehards, add more resistance.
Exactly. Add more resistance. You can even grab dumbbells while holding on to this to add more resistance too. For maybe men who want to lift a little bit heavier and things like that, but you don't have the gym, that's an easy way to do it.
Perfect.
And now another thing for upper body here, you get in a slight squat position forward here, and you're just going to press.
Perfect.
Just like this. So you're working all of your shoulders right here. Proper posture. It's going to help build all the strength.
That's wonderful. And what about those sliders? I love those sliders you bought.
Now these sliders, get ready for a blooper, okay? So now these are a lot of fun because there's so many different things you can do. I'm going to go ahead and put these down. And at home, if you don't have money for a treadmill or an elliptical, that's okay. This is a fun way to get in some cardio too. So I'm going to do mountain climbers.
Okay.
And by this, I'm going to first position myself hand like this and then get my feet on them. My core is tight, upper body helping stabilize me, and then I'm just going to bring my knees in just like that.
Perfect.
If you don't have as short of legs as I do, or you're not as flexible, that's okay. Just even bring them just a little,
as much
tiny
as you can.
bit like that.
Absolutely.
It's going to help big time. Because again, flush, my heart rate's elevated, working those abs. And as a bonus, while you're doing this, you're working your chest muscles, your shoulders, and your triceps. So
the metabolic rate goes up.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for
thank
sharing
you so
all
much
your
for
tips.
having me.
I really appreciate it. It really helps our audience. Coming up next, we'll talk about the health issues that result from a sedentary lifestyle. Please don't go away.
There's a sidewalk outside.
Yeah.
And if you've got legs that'll walk, you can walk anywhere. So walking, I would say, is number one. Anyone can walk.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Dr. Nandi. Now, everyone can benefit from being active. It's a critical part of living a healthy lifestyle. Now, lack of regular fitness in urban cities and amongst minorities is having an overall impact on health in urban America. Here to tell us more is Megan Bowden. She's a clinical exercise specialist. Please welcome to the show. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you for having me.
You know, tell us, what are the statistics telling us about fitness in urban cities? It's not a very good statistic, is it?
Unfortunately, it's not. No. Most statistics are showing us that there are higher rates of diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, heart disease in general in minority or in the urban cities. A lot different than suburban cities, I would say.
Yeah, and tell me, can you tell us why? I mean, does, people who don't live in urban areas, maybe, and people outside the U.S. may say, why would that be?
Well, they're kind of set up a little bit differently, so they don't have as much access to local gyms. They don't maybe have community centers that offer that. There's not as many parks that are ready for kids or families to be out and doing. There aren't as many people that are able to go to the doctor. So even for us, the new healthcare law many years ago, many people didn't have access to even go to the doctor to see, do I have hypertension? Do I need medication for this? They are just not even aware of it. Even some aspects of that could be in terms of like technology. If they don't have a computer to access all the information on the computer to find all these great resources, then they don't know about it.
And so, we're talking about fitness here and fitness for less and not spending a fortune. If people are not doing the right thing with respect to fitness, what kind of health problems can they have? Does it matter, or can we have really big problems?
Fitness is a huge part of overall health.
Yeah.
So we know that it can help reduce blood pressure. It can help reduce your rates of diabetes, and if you currently have diabetes, it can help reverse diabetes, get you off some of those medications. But on top of all those kind of health benefits, it can help you reduce depression. It can help you sleep better. It can help with chronic knee issues, back issues. So we know fitness overall helps the individual from head to toe, inside and out.
That's huge. In urban America, diabetes is an epidemic. Hypertension is an epidemic. I mean, if you look at some celebrities that that people look at, hypertension has killed them from renal failure to having heart disease, etc. So the thing is that when we're talking about it, you can do some simple things to reverse that. Pre-diabetes is another thing that we talk about now. And Rufus talked about it earlier in the show. Pre-diabetes now is even before you get diabetes, and exercise and having the right nutrition can help. Now, what are some low-cost exercises that people can do that you can give them some ideas? Because people say, well, I can't go to the gym and spend $1,000 a year, doc. What do you got for me? So can you help us understand?
There's a sidewalk outside.
Yeah.
And if you've got legs that'll walk, you can walk anywhere. So walking, I would say, is number one. Anyone can walk. As we live in Michigan, there's lots of snow here in the winter and everything. Don't want to go outside and do that. Local malls are a great place to do that. There's tracks at different schools that you can do. Walking around your house, a lot of our houses are kind of circular. You could do that if you don't want to be outside, up and down the stairs. The segment before where he was going up and down off a chair, I mean, that's just as simple as you going to the bathroom. So I always try to tell our older adults that we want to keep you able to get up and not having to do this to get out of the chair.
Exactly.
So we need to keep those legs strong. So just standing up out of a chair 30 times a day, you're going to help yourself. Research is showing that if you just move 2 minutes an hour of light to moderate activity, so that could be going out to your car to get something for 10 minutes, 2 minutes even, can show great benefits rather than just sitting that whole time. And then also those individuals that are the most sedentary, so ones that don't want to get off the couch ever, tend to have the greatest gains.
Right.
Because even just that 2 mile an hour walk, is going to make that big, huge difference. Whereas someone that's already walking at 3.5 miles an hour that goes to 4, you're going to have a little bit of benefit, but not as much as those very, very sedentary people. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Everyone thinks they have to run a marathon, be a bodybuilder. If you lift weights, you're going to be bulky. Not the case. And lifting those water bottles, getting up out of your chair, walking around, doing something that is comfortable for you. And if it needs to be at home, do it at home. If you need to be in a setting where there are like-minded individuals, people that are your age, join a local community center or join a cardiac rehab program, something that's going to be comfortable for you, where you're not necessarily going to an average gym where there's 17-year-olds bopping around in tank tops and short shorts. If that's not what you want to do, don't go there. You have to go somewhere that's comfortable and do things that you like.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we pride ourselves on at cardiac rehab at Beaumont, is that all the people there are all there for the same reasons. They don't care what they're wearing. They're all there to be healthy, and it's not even about how do I look, am I losing 20 pounds? It's, I got off my blood pressure med, and then they're going around going, I got off my blood pressure med, and everyone's excited for them. And then that motivation kind of helps people keep going. We had a 91-year-old that was in our gym the week before he passed away. Like, I think that's what everybody
that's
wants
huge.
to do. Right. You want to live your life until it's done, and as long as you can.
And do it actively. The thing is that,
Absolutely.
and for those of you who say, you know what, I got all these medicines, guess what? She said you can come off some of your medications for high blood pressure. There are people in this audience that I know are diabetic. That basically what happens when you move the muscles, guess what? Your blood sugar gets taken up better, your insulin works better, and your blood sugar will go down. It doesn't have to be a great deal of exercise. It can be a small bit of movement that will help a lot. Thank you so much for coming and explaining this to us. It really helps our audience here and at home a lot. Coming up next, questions from our studio audience. Please stay with us.
What is the best way for an entire family to get fit on a budget?
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Dr. Nandi, and we're back with our guests to take questions from the studio audience about getting fit for less. So let's get started. Do we have a question? Yes, ma'am.
What is the best way for an entire family to get fit on a budget?
So, Rufus, I'll let you take that.
Okay, for families, I would say like do an activity like go play basketball or something fun like baseball or like play soccer or do something that's entertaining where everyone can participate on an equal level. Just running around, take a jog, or just like, yeah, get sports activities are the best.
And I think parents and kids, you know, one of the things you can do is, like if you like basketball, play basketball with your kids. If you like to play ball with your kids. I mean, whatever it is, if you do it with your kids and your family, I think your family gets a little closer and you get more active. And with kids, you have the opportunity, you know, we talked about it, some of our guests said at an early age they learn fitness, and you can impress that upon your kids. Great question. Next question, sir.
Are 20 minutes of workout really effective?
Roger, tell me about that. 20 minutes a day. Let's say 20 minutes a day. Is that effective? Is that enough?
Yeah, excellent question. Everything is predicated upon your intensity. And sometimes if you only have 20 minutes and your cardiovascular machine is working appropriately, then that may not be a bad thing. I think 20 minutes is better than nothing. And the thing is that you just have to schedule in the workout appropriately, what you want to do, what your goals are, resistance training as well, or cardiovascular work. So mobility, flexibility, I think you can do anything in 20 minutes. It's better than nothing.
Absolutely. And you know, for kids, we say an hour a day, every day. You got to get out there and do something. Run, get active, get off that couch. You know, we kick our kids, at my house, we kick the kids out of the house. Because guess what? You know, it's an epidemic, right? Obesity is an epidemic. So you're absolutely right. 5 minutes is better than 0. 2 minutes better than 0. 20 is good. An hour for me for kids are better. But great question. Next question, please.
Yes. How do you know if an at-home workout is safe for your body?
Jen, what do you think about that? At-home workout, safe for your body?
Well, at-home workouts, I like to do a lot of body weight exercises. I mean, with anything, if it's something you have a question about, always consult your doctor first, just to make sure you get clearance that everything you're physically able to do the workouts. But when you utilize your body as a resistance with push-ups and squats and tricep dips off the back of a chair and power walking around your neighborhood, I mean, all that type of movement is great for building lean muscle and getting your cardio working too.
Exactly. And the thing is that listen to your body, you know. If you feel like you're going to die when you're doing something, probably cut back, right?
Cut back.
Work into it. Some people are like, oh, they tell me, they come, Doc, I felt like I was going to pass out. Well, don't do as much. And we talked about it with both your exercises that you've done, you know, that listen, you know what? These folks are in great shape, and they've worked at it for a number of years. Do what you can within your body structure and what your body can attain. And I think yoga is a great example of that. Work within your body. You don't have to have your toe touch your eyebrow in order for you to be a good workout, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I know many of you touch your eyebrow, but the rest of us, you know, we do less. Yes, sir, we have a question.
When you're at home doing your chores, does that count as a workout?
Hey, what do you think about that? Home doing chores.
That counts more as physical activity, which is also very important. So even if you're not exercising regularly, as long as you are getting up and moving around, you're better off than not doing anything at all. But yeah, doing laundry, parking further away, going up and down the stairs, absolutely is physical activity more so than exercise.
What they've shown, you know, in research is that when you move as part of your life, meaning that not just, there are some people, and you guys all know this, you'll go to the gym, right? They are hovering. Why? Because they want 2 feet from the gym where they park. Right. Why? Because it's not time to exercise yet. Because I have to walk 10 feet. Yeah, right. It ain't time to exercise. They will hover like a vulture. You've seen those people, right? Will not, and then they'll wait 10 minutes to do it. The idea is if you make motion a part of your life, guess what? You live 7 years longer. There's research to show it. Roger, what do you think about that? I mean, movement with purpose.
I think movement with purpose is imperative. I think that when people are at home, when you're audience is at home, or when my mom's at home, or anybody's at home, I want them to move, like Megan will say, is park further away. And I think that everything that you do in life should have some sort of end goal. And that's, I think, what's imperative with exercise, that people kind of forget that like walking up and down the stairs 20 times is just as important as sometimes as doing our squats. And we sometimes don't have time. I didn't have time to train today, but I parked further away and I ran in. And so sometimes it's that purpose is that you just want to live, like you had saying, 7 years longer.
Exactly. And then, you know what, along with that, nutrition is key. Both Rufus and Jen and Megan, as well as Roger said, you know what, nutrition is key. And the other thing is that please get your rest. Don't sleep 2 hours a night and then say, you know, I don't know why I can't lose the weight. I don't know why I don't feel any better. So it's an overall goal: fitness, nutrition, overall health. So thank you all for taking the time to answer these questions. I really appreciate it. We'll take a break. When we come back, Partha's Prescriptions. Please stay with us. Dr. Nandi Show, and today we've shown you ways to get fit for less. Here's what we can take away in today's Partha's Prescriptions. It's never too late to get physically active. You'll help prevent chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension, and it's likely you'll shed some unwanted pounds too. Also, getting fit also means achieving physical and mental toughness. That's what the folks at Detroit Tough Gym teach their members. They also believe that you should reach your fitness goals at a safe and manageable pace. Also, if you prefer to work out at home, you can use everyday items in your household to help get fit. Get creative. And finally, just get up and move. You'll feel better, look better, and live longer. To stay informed about today's topic, learn about healthy living and how to become your own health hero, visit AskDrNandi.com. Also, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest, and join our discussion. And lastly, there's a beautiful word in the Hindi language that literally means delight in me honors delight in you, and that word is namaste. So namaste to each and every one of you. I thank you for watching today. I'll see you next time.